Is the rise of virtual reality and augmented reality blurring the lines between the real and virtual worlds, and what are the consequences of them? I know you're a fan of the virtual reality, so I'm interested to hear his answer on this one. Is virtual reality still a little bit like underdeveloped right now? Like it's like coming out, but it's not. Do you think it's full blown to the point where it's going to cause a lot of problems?
I think Instagram is a form of virtual reality. People are showing a certain side of their reality online, and it's usually the positive over the negative, as is widely explained. I think in the future, this will be much more of a problem, and that problem is probably going to come down to actors, as we're seeing with this strike and what they're saying with using their face and voice through AI. Even Bruce Willis, I saw just talking over a deal to release his name and likeness with everything that he said for commercials using AI. I don't know if he signed that or not, but that was a deal. Anyone that is heavy into video gaming and understands technology, the Oculus and the other types of virtual reality headsets are nowhere near close to reality. The gamings will get a lot better. I think once you get to the point of being able to put on a headset and doing tasks or playing games where you physically feel what is going on, that is when it's going to start blurring lines. I don't think we're there yet, and I don't think we're close to being there yet. This discussion of virtual reality, this was being talked about when I was 15, 16. As something that was going to be coming out in the next 5 years, 10 years. Over 10 years has gone by, and we're still nowhere close to being there. It doesn't blur the lines yet, but it definitely could.
I feel like we're a lot closer to feeling a virtual reality than we might all think. I think that technology might even be out there already, and they're just not quite as developed to release to the public. But I would agree with you that social media is a form of virtual reality as well. Right now, I feel like social media is creating an idea and a concept, like a precursor to what our reality or virtual reality is going to look like 10 years from now or whatever. So I think that's the scary part, is there's already a lot of false news out there, and we already know social media has a strong pull on mental health and just young minds who are viewing things in a certain way when it's blasted all over social media. So I think that's probably what's even scarier, is just kind of setting the precursor to what's to come, and almost as if it's a given and there's not going to be any other way in the future. Do you have anything else to say on that?
Especially with first world countries, like a lot of our reality is already virtual. Like our phones have our financial, our friends, navigation, travel, all of that is virtual. So our realities, especially since COVID, have even been more virtual. Zoom, online teams, and Google Meetups and Clubhouse, a lot of people working remote, a huge rise in virtual jobs. A lot of people's reality is all virtual. I don't see that going backwards. Reality is going to be more and more virtual. The consequences are going to be felt just like how COVID had people feeling alone, not a true sense of fulfillment, and away from. We are creatures, we're not robots, and we are not meant to be fully encapsulated in virtual. We feel good when we're in the woods, we feel good when we're in the water, we feel good when we're around animals, and that's not going to be able to transfer through a virtual device. There's always going to need balance, but productivity and life enjoyment is better with technology, but there just becomes a balance. When you have this stuff in your face all the time, you need to find a way to get back to homeostasis, and that is being involved in nature, being around other people in a real time, and having shared experiences in person with more factors than whatever your phone is allowing you to do. That's all I have to say on that.
I agree. I think that kind of goes a little hand in hand with what we talked about yesterday. There is a company that I was following the CEO on LinkedIn for a while, and I saw that they were one of the first companies to create a virtual office where they were literally avatars of each person and their office and what it looked like. When you do that, it goes beyond just remote work because technology is, in a way, limited when you do that. So there's less predictable interactions, like normal things day to day that would be qualify as like an unknown, like an interaction with a coworker or something happening outside. It could be something so small, but as human beings, that's why we thrive in places like nature. We're in touch with the earth and there's a lot more unknown going around us. Even if we're take the same hike every day, you're still feeling that feeling because there's so much around you that is not controllable on your end. Getting put in a box, have an avatar created for me to walk around my virtual office, I feel like would just drive me cuckoo. That would just minimize my experience. It's way different than remote work, virtual reality in a virtual office. It's crazy.
They're trying to take what you get out of real life and put it into a virtual setting, and it doesn't work. That's not what people want. Humans are not robots, and we can sense the BS, and that is BS, and no one wants it.